Well, here we are. Yay!
Ho, ho, ho!
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to Fishing Canada Live, our obviously Christmas edition, first and foremost.
How'd you figure that one out?
I know what it is. The red on your Prince Craft logo.
Thank you very much.
Hey,
very joyous logo.
Of course, big night tonight. Huge, massive night. We are so excited.
It's our biggest night.
Biggest
ever.
night of the year. We are going to be giving away a beautiful Prince Craft Yukon 14-foot WT boat. WT. Now you may ask yourself, what is a WT?
What is a WT?
See, I knew you would want to know that. Walkthrough.
Get the heck out of here.
It's a walkthrough.
Where are you walking to?
Right through the middle bench seat. You just walk
like
right
that.
through it.
I like that, but you can't forget what pushes that boat along on the water.
Well, I think you've got that information.
Well, that would happen to be a beautiful 20 horsepower Mercury tiller handle. I would think that'd be a nice little addition to the boat. You know what I'm saying? 24 EFI, by the way. So,
oh my God, that would have a beautiful package.
And a trailer.
And so, just a few stats that you might be interested in. If you do win tonight, if you are watching this right now and you win, there is an extra bonus that Mr. Bowman is going to tell us about right now.
I don't have to say a whole lot, folks. If you're tuned, like Angela says, if you're tuned in, it's a Garmin Striker Plus ice bundle, a little portable ice fishing kit, can be used in open water as well. But it is an awesome little bonus prize to go along with the.
How perfectly does that fit with that boat?
Yeah, actually, very much so. So that's only for the person, if they're watching tonight and they get a hold of us, we're going to have a way of getting that. And if not, then we're going to have another draw for that baby.
Exactly.
So it will go to somebody's hands for sure.
Yeah, that's 100%. Not going to be the main Garmin draw because we'll talk about that a little later on. But it'll be an additional Garmin draw that we're going to go into the new year with. But once again, if you are the lucky person and you're tuned in here tonight in about, I'd say about 40 minutes from now when we make the draw, you will win not only the boat motor trailer package, but also this wonderful little Garmin unit to go with it.
That would be one hell of a Christmas present, wouldn't it?
Oh, man.
Go figure. My God.
By the way, if you are the lucky winner tonight, you are really lucky. And I'll tell you why. We have 4.5 million ballots in the box. 4.5 million. When this contest was
right?
When this contest was first put together, the estimates were in that 1 to 1.5 million ballots that we would do with this contest. And we, as of about a half hour ago, we're at 4.5 million and growing, because you can still enter. By the way, if you have not entered today and you're watching this this webcast, like, what are you thinking? Get over there right now and enter, because don't waste this last day's entry.
Absolutely, buddy. Imagine if it was $1, if they gave us $1 for every entry they did.
I thought they were. Didn't we try?
4.5 million skins right there.
Hey,
would we be here right now?
All right, so that's that kind of sets up. That's coming up a little later on in the program. We're also going to feature later on in the program every single winner that we've had so far in the contest.
It'd be nice to see them.
Let's not forget that before this boat package went up for wins, we had Mercury motors that we gave away.
Lots.
How many? 20 Mercury motors in the last?
It was the 9.9, a bunch of 9.9s and a bunch of, was it 2.5?
2.5. So I think
it was
20
insane amount
in total. And we're gonna call out all of those winners and their location. I think Michael and Jordan have actually got some images and stuff that are going to go up, so it's going to be cool. By the way, we haven't talked about this beautiful set we're sitting in.
Speaking of Michael and Jordan,
that's right.
They worked all day tirelessly, I have to say, to get this looking as good as it does. Look at this lovely environment we're in here, and Sarah too.
And Sarah, I was going to say, don't forget Sarah.
Yeah.
All right.
We set it up nice, so hopefully everybody's seeing the same picture we're intending them to see. It looks really good from our vantage, even so.
So for those of you also that might be saying, "Hey, what are you guys doing with no masks on?" That'd be a good thing to say right about now. I know I'd be saying it if I was sitting there. But Peter and I have been in our Fishing Canada bubble now for a while. If he's got anything, it's too late for me, I'm afraid. We have a very tight bubble here at Fishing Canada that we've all been under, and
there, we got the little hand.
And we got the little hand cleaner there as well. We've been busy doing post-production. Post-production is that time of year where we don't spend a whole lot of time on the water. It's all studio stuff. And we're in the throes of that right now. We've seen a few episodes go out already. The season will premiere early January. I think it's January 5th, nationally on Global Television Network. That's the new shows. For those of you who are getting tired of the reruns, hey,
You know what?
we're in a pandemic, just like you are.
I watched a couple in the last 2 weeks, and pretty damn good stuff to watch still for this day.
Oh yeah.
If I want to say so myself.
If you do say so yourself.
It wasn't bad, I have to say.
By the way, this lovely sign behind us, I have to make a comment about that, because those of you not familiar with it, you might say, why do they have that
That's a
crappy
beauty.
looking red, white, and blue Fishing Canada sign? Well, that's not a Fishing Canada sign. That is the original artwork that was developed by an artist. Her first name was Sharon. I don't recall her last name, which is a shame. But we commissioned her to come up with the Fishing Canada logo. And that's what she came up with, a red, white, and blue American style flag logo for the Fishing Canada show.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And that's where it all started, was from that piece of.
I do remember that logo. That was before I even got here, but
Yeah.
I remember it, but I didn't know the story behind it. So,
Yeah.
Or that picture. That thing's been here forever.
Let's put it this way. Sharon was a hippie of sorts.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And on her best days, she was a little bit unclear of what she was supposed to do.
That's
What
where the
she
red,
was-
white, and blue came from. Isn't it?
Exactly.
Right
She
there.
thought we were American or something. I don't know. God bless her.
Fishing
Anyways,
America.
that's what that is. So that is a valuable piece of Fishing Canada memorabilia that we pulled out
Look
just
at
for
that guy
this
right
event.
there, too. Look at that.
Big rat.
Angelo's mouse on
Big rat.
steroids.
On steroids, for sure.
That thing's a beast. We didn't get into that. If you can throw that, boys, you are one tough dude. That's a heavy bait. So
All right, let's move on. We got a huge show. We got a lot of things to get through. First of all, just sort of to not hide our head in the sand. Obviously, we're in the middle of this crazy pandemic that has affected all of us in ways that's in some cases unspeakable. We've all suffered, and we're all making do with what we can. But there is a positive note or two, believe it or not. One of the things is that more and more people are spending time in the outdoors and fishing.
absolutely,
in particular.
absolutely. I mean, even the new regulations are out, and the Minister of Natural Resources, John Yagabuski, says that right in his opening paragraph. He said, the numbers are up. People are enjoying. They're getting away. They're isolating, and they're enjoying the outdoors. And the fishing is part of that.
And that number is pretty large.
Pretty significant.
I got a sniff of it. Apparently 21% is the number in an increase of new license sales.
Wow.
These are fishing licenses. 21%, numbers that we have not seen. Wow. I don't ever recall in my 40 years in this industry, 28 of which they've had licenses, fishing licenses.
Mhm.
I don't ever recall an increase like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, other than the pandemic, which is the only thing that's happened to make
that's
them
for
go.
sure. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been trying. Ange and I have been trying forever. I mean, through Fishing Canada, the television show, I mean, it's not just the entertainment for everybody out there, but hopefully a family's watching and the kids are watching, and then all of a sudden, hey, Dad, hey, Mom, can we go fishing or something like that? I mean, you just recruit those people and just keep it going. But it's a tough job. I'll tell you, it's tougher and tougher all the time.
But this is great, and I'll tell you why. Because we're going to be out of this sooner or later. It's going to be over. The
Mhm.
sun will shine, and if just a small percentage
Even
of that increase
If
that
the
we're seeing,
5 to
in the
10%
outdoors,
stay.
oh, it's
They're awesome.
phenomenal.
And you know
So,
what? There's no reason why they wouldn't, right?
No.
If they get a taste of it, now they say, "Oh my God, this fishing, this is as cool as it looks, as
Yeah.
everybody says." So, hopefully.
So that's the positive. There are, of course, a gazillion negatives. Great for us. We are now in a position where a vaccine is possible sometime. I don't know, depending on who you listen to, in the next, 12 months, we should see
Mhm.
some results from vaccination. Our very first vaccine was administered here Monday, as a matter of fact, in Ontario.
Yep.
And Quebec as well. So that's great. That's encouraging. Something will break at some point for that. But in the meantime, there are a lot of things that are happening that we may not be aware of that are anything but positive. One of the things that I'm exposed to on a regular basis is tourism. Peter and I have been with Ontario Tourism, 20 years now. And so we're pretty close to not only tourism as an industry, but the players, the people on the ground, the lodge owners, the guides, the managers of these operations. And I got to tell you, man, it's bleak. It's not good at all. There was a recent survey conducted by Noto late 2019, and I'm sorry, late 2000, a couple of months ago. And they're saying that up to 52% of the current lodge operators and owners are not optimistic of being able to get through 2021. And that's very serious. And some of them we know personally.
Yeah.
And man, it's just an awful thing to even talk to these people on a regular basis like we do, and know that they're in such deep trouble.
But people watching, Canadians, I'm sure it's happening all over the country. We know we're living in Ontario, and Ann stays in good touch with all the Ontario lodge owners, et cetera, et cetera. And you know what? This is a great time for somebody to book a trip at an Ontario lodge or a Canadian lodge, but in our case, the Ontario lodge, and help these people out. If you've ever thought about, I gotta go to a lodge. I'd love to go to and now is the time, because not only are you going to get the best fishing trip of your life, the best bonding if it's family or if it's friends, whatever it is, but you're also going to help these lodges out, and they're in trouble. A lot of them are in trouble right now. So it would be nice to help them.
How about $500 million? That's what was lost this season in Northwestern Ontario.
That's scary.
Lodge owners.
That is unreal.
$500 million.
Really?
And when you look at the rest of the province, that number's larger than that. It's staggering. And we don't realize it. Well, no, we do, because we're in the business. But the average person, maybe even most of you watching this webcast, just don't realize how many businesses are in the northern part of our province that depend on fishing and the outdoors. And these businesses are what we call generational businesses. Some of them have been running for 3 and 4 generations. I was talking to one of them today. She's running the 4th generation of her business. I'm talking about Betty, obviously.
Yep.
Probably one of the best operators in the country. She's in her 4th year. So these things, these are iconic businesses, not just fishing lodges, but businesses. And if we lose some of them, it's going to be a travesty. So what Pete said earlier on, this is when we can do some of the heavy lifting. This is where we as consumers can help out. And if you are contemplating a vacation for 2021, man, it would be so nice to think that the vast majority of us are going to go to a fishing lodge here in Ontario this year. That would be the most incredible Christmas present any of us could ever give these people.
And as you told me today, the possible Ontario staycation eligible tax rebate or whatever, right? So there's I don't know much about it. We just come up on it today, but
they're kicking around the idea. This is the I originally heard about it as a federal thing, but the province of Ontario has jumped in and said that they're contemplating it as well. And that is, if you vacation here in our own province. Now, I know there's a lot of you on the line that are watching this webcast that are not from Ontario. So if we sound like homers right now, bear with us. This situation really can be discussed nationwide.
Yep.
It's really important that we stay local and support our own businesses this coming year. So I'm sure every province will have some form of staycation tax relief coming up. But I know that here in Ontario, they're talking about as high as 20 to 25% of your vacation, if it's done locally, can be used against your taxes that year. So think about it. I mean, you get 25% off on prices that are already probably right at rock bottom for most of these operators. And all of a sudden, not only is it affordable, but a fishing trip to Northern Ontario looks real good. It's cheap. And you'll never, ever, I don't care where you vacation, I don't care who you vacation with, you cannot build the memories and relationships with a family member or a friend that anywhere else that you can at a wilderness retreat. like a lodge or a resort or even one of those outpost places that we go to all the time. So
I love the outposts. They're sometimes
They're
just by the way, it's not just fishing lodges we're talking about. These outpost camps, so when you're going in and roughing it, but it's like it's awesome because you're just going in there. They drop you off. They leave you for 4 days. You fish and you eat fish every day. And you have your steaks. You drink your beer at night. And there's some of the best trips in the world. So it's not just lodge stuff we're talking about. Outpost camps are a riot too. They're so good. So,
Minister Rod Phillips said to the legislature recently that fewer small business owners have been harder hit than our tourist operators, and that's why they're coming up with this proposal of being able to put 20 or 25% of your costs of visiting one of these places against your taxes. So that'd be fantastic. Let's keep an eye on that. If it does, we'll certainly announce it and make sure that everybody's aware of it.
Absolutely.
What else we got? Oh, it's a couple of things that have happened. First of all, our good friend, General Rick Hillier, who was on this program November the 11th.
He was on TV today.
He's all over the news now. And that's great news because he's in charge. He's been appointed as the chair of Ontario's COVID-19 vaccine distribution task force, which he's no stranger to, having run he was running the United Nations task force during the wars in Afghanistan. But it's great to see him there. If there's anybody that we can trust that'll get this thing right, because think about it, this vaccine distribution, this is a huge deal. If there was millions and millions and millions of doses sitting on a shelf somewhere, it's not a big issue. But when you're short of them, you want somebody in charge that knows what they're going to do. So
I'd rather have Rick there than Trudeau.
Oh,
how's that?
Not even close. On a sad note, our good friend
Ron Lindner passed away. I don't know if everybody knows him from the in-fisherman fame of Al and Ron, the Lindner brothers. What a shame. How old was he?
86.
86. So yeah. Ron was a character.
Oh,
Ron was
my God.
I'll tell you what, those two brothers, though, to this day, a lot of the stuff that you're learning off of every Canadian fishing host, we learned off of those guys back in the day, too. I mean, they revolutionized not only fishing television, but they revolutionized fishing. You know what I mean? They're so good, like the live bait rigging and all these finesse tactics and it just way beyond. So he will certainly be missed, Ronnie, for sure. So
passed away on December 2nd.
Yep.
So we'll all miss him for sure. Speaking of missing, I was told just before we went to air that Calvin is not with us tonight. He is
kidney stones or something.
Yeah,
he's in the hospital.
So we wish you. Hopefully you're watching, Calvin. But
he'll watch it on the repeat, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
All the best to you, my friend.
Speedy recovery, buddy.
Speedy recovery, and get well for the upcoming Christmas season. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard to even fathom that we are heading into Christmas. But we are. For us, we're doing okay. I mean, we're like any other business. We've had to make some changes and some, zigging and zagging. Certainly our field work was compromised this year, to say the least. We weren't able to do our usual travel. So, but you know what? We're like everybody else. We're all in the same boat. You roll up your sleeves and you do what you have to do, and then you come out the other end better people for it. Guarantee you we'll all be a better nation for having gone through this, and hopefully a better world.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly, buddy. New regs?
Yes. Talk to me about that.
So the new 2021, I don't know. Again, this is going to be an Ontario bias thing because we live in Ontario. So our regulations just came out. The Bible for us for the regulations 2021 just got released, I think, maybe a week ago, whatever. And as usual, they have all the breakdown of everything. But a couple of new things that we're very interested in because Angela and I are a big part of one of them, and then we're hopefully going to be a part of the other one too. But is the carp. This is a pending change. I'll read it as per the regs here. Multiple lines for common carp and clarifying chumming regulations. Now, one thing I think the government should do is change that right there to common and mirror carp because they've left that out and that's a different name in there.
And somebody's going to jump all over that, right?
Yeah, so maybe we're going to suggest that to the fisheries people right off the bat. Put mirror carp in there too because in zone 20 it's going to happen. This is zone 20. In June 2019, the MRF presented a proposal to allow the use of multiple lines when angling for common carp in certain fisheries management zones and to clarify the rules around chumming or baiting fishing areas provincially. At the time of the printing, we were working with the Fisheries and Oceans to finalize changes to the Ontario fisheries regulations to enable this proposal. We anticipate changes coming into effect in the spring of 2021. Please refer to updates for more. So they are working on it. They're working for, now I've already had phone calls on this, talking to people that are concerned, carp people that are concerned, because they're also concerned about the baiting regulations. Now they're starting to say, oh no, maybe we can't do it. And I said to them, I said, you know what? Don't jump the gun right now, because it might be, you can't throw raw corn in. You have to make sure it's softened corn, because otherwise you're going to hurt the fish. It's going to probably be more towards the fish. You can't chum up gobies or something like that and put it in there, some invasive. Look at it as a positive at first. You know what I mean? If something else happens, remember, we have a group of professionals especially in Ontario, that know a lot about carp, and they can help the government. They can make suggestions too. So that was the one. The second one in Zone 20, and we heard this a while back, is the Zone 20 seasons and limits apply to all waters. Okay, that we don't even worry about that part. What we'll do is it's a largemouth and smallmouth bass change in Zone 20. So the largemouth bass season, as I read it in the regs, largemouth bass season, there's an early season catch and release only, zero retention, from January 1st to May 10th. So you can go catch largemouth bass in Zone 20 from January 1st to May 10th. You can't keep any fish, immediate release. The regular season will be the same. It'll be the third Saturday in June until December 31st. So that's changed as well, because believe it or not, today is closing day of largemouth and smallmouth in Zone 20. So it's a sad day for me, buddy, by the way. I went out on a Saturday to try. So that's going to change to an extension of basically all year except for that one zone of May 10th to the third Saturday in June. And then for smallmouth bass, it's different. You got to be careful of this. The early season is still the same. Catch and release season is January 1st to May 10th. Again, zero retention on either licenses. And the regular season is now the first Saturday in July to December 31st. So now that used to be the third Saturday in June. So they've extended the smallmouth season in Zone 20 because of the Lake Ontario fish more than anything. So those Lake Ontario and some of the St. Lawrence River fish, they spawn later. Okay, because that water's colder or whatever it is. It's just there's about a week or two difference between them spawning and the warm water lakes. So they're helping the smallmouth on the beds stay there, and so people can't fish them while they're on the bed. So that up until May 10th, you got to remember from January, let's say April to May 10th, these fish aren't on their beds yet. Okay, these are all pre-spawn fish that have come in from the ice out, they're swimming around and eating and feeding like that. After May 10th, shut her down, let them go into the shallows, let them spawn, let them do whatever they got to do, and then come back opening day and fish for them. So those are the two changes that have come up that are important changes.
It'll be interesting to see how we, as a fishing society, handle that.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
This is pretty drastic. Let's be honest about it. That is pretty drastic. And listen, I'm not going to say anything negative about catch and release. There's been enough of that going on the last couple of months on the internet regarding bass and bass tournaments and stuff. So I'm not going to say anything negative. The only thing I'm going to say is that at the end of the day, we still need to be responsible managers of our resource. So just because we've been given, the governor has given us a reprieve, doesn't mean that we can go and abuse, because people always push the envelope. Right?
Oh, absolutely. There's going to be some bad eggs in there. This is a gift, everybody. This is an absolute gift to bass fishermen, to the bass anglers. I'm not going to say fishermen anymore because a lot of ladies do it too. So this is a gift to us. Be responsible out there. Catch that fish, throw it back. I mean, I don't even think you're really legally allowed to take pictures, hold a picture up. Oh, wait.
You should.
Now that's a catch and release. So it's not out of season. So maybe I'll find out about that one. That might be in a gray area. Maybe you can do that. I don't know. But it definitely cannot hit your live well for a picture later on. Or you get caught, you're in trouble, sort of thing. So
Outdoorsy Gal says that she believes that there should be absolutely no contact with fish while they're spawning. And we couldn't agree with you more.
And remember, Outdoorsy Gal, though, this is before they spawn. This is not even close to when they spawn. So this is basically the same as after they spawn. So there's a period there where it's a danger level. The ministry, the biologists have looked into this. Okay, the Queen's University biology department, fisheries biology, they've looked into it and they know the safe zones. So we've got to trust them on that too.
the weather changes things a lot, and all that. Well, let's not get into that philosophy. I'm just saying, it's great. I'm thrilled as a bass angler, but boy, it's a big responsibility.
Yeah.
I hope that we're up for the challenge. because
Absolutely.
If not, they'll change it pretty drastically overnight. This Minister of Natural Resources, he doesn't fool around. Okay, he is very hands-on, if you will. So, anyways, that's great news. All right, so I think what I'd like to do now, Peter, if possible, Michael, I'd like to see if we can kind of throw a quick spotlight on all of the past winners, because we're getting close to making that draw. By the way, if you have not already had your daily entry for the contest, that'll be a pretty good time. I'm going to give you a couple of more minutes to get in there and get that ballot in for sure. But I'd like to go over, starting from the very first winner of a Mercury 9.9. I'll never forget, because we were so excited. It was the first motor we had given
It was so
away.
awesome. And the guy was so good. The winner was perfect for it, right? He's just happy, and he's just the nicest guy in the world. So it worked out well.
And by the way, look, let's address this for one moment. There have been a couple of disparaging comments that I just happen to have seen on our, I think on our fan page,
Social sites, okay.
on our fan page about, yeah, those guys only give prizes away to people that they know.
A loser. You're a loser.
Yeah, that's what
saying that.
that's what we did this for. We did this so that we could give motors away to people that we know. You're absolutely right. Whoever's saying that, you're
Yeah,
good. You're good.
so
Now get the hell off our webcast.
Half of Napanese got boats and motors now, because all my buddies got it over there.
Such a ridiculous. Like, what is the matter with some people out there?
But either chirp
What
or
is
just
the matter
they're the what they call those keyboard cowboys. What everybody was saying about the other story there. They love to get on there and
Do they see any good in anybody?
No. Pessimists.
Oh, all right,
Bye-bye.
all right.
Let's get to the optimists. Everybody who's happy that other people win. They're saying, yeah, at least those guys are Vision Canada guys are giving away this stuff. Nobody else is doing that. Thank God.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, the first winner of the 9.9 Merc. This was done back on April 15th, 2019.
Get the heck out of here.
And he was fairly close from Pickering, Ontario. Bernie, there he is, Bernie Ikeda from Pickering, Ontario, with his first.
I love
with our
Bernie.
first.
He was great. It was great. The
so
video, he
excited.
was so awesome.
Go ahead, the next one. Mike.
Number 2 was Brett Reed. We get up there. There's Brett Reed from Kitchener, Ontario. He won a 9.9 as well, a Mercury, and that was on I don't know why. On May 15th of 2019.
So far, those were two pretty, Southern Ontario boys. They're close to home, I guess. But this one was really close. Peterborough, Ontario. So Jim Byrnes win a 9.9 from Peterborough, Ontario. I guess he's another friend of ours that we gifted.
Hey, Jimmy, buddy. Hey.
He is now. If he wasn't before,
no
he
kidding.
is now.
Number 4 was Sean McLaughlin. And now Sean was from Waynfleet, Ontario, which I don't even know where that is in July of 2019. I don't know where Waynfleet is. Do you know where that is?
No, but a handsome young man with an awful big pair of shorts there. they might even fit me.
Here you go. This is one of your buddies for sure.
Next one, Roger Yost from Winnipeg.
Right in your right back door, right out there.
Yeah.
The motor
Oh,
next
yeah.
door.
Roger and I were old buddies from way back. Congratulations to Roger. He won on the 15th of August, 2019, a beautiful Mercury 9.9 four-stroke engine.
Next guy was Graham Price from Oakville, Ontario on September of 2019. No picture for Graham. We don't have him, unfortunately, but Graham did her.
I wonder what happened. Is that Graham or Greamy? Greemia.
It's spelled Grammy, but it's pronounced Graham.
We used to have a cameraman.
Graham. Green.
All right. Jamie Pollock was our next winner, and we had to go all the way to Kamloops, BC to get this buddy. A free motor.
And then right next door, next town to him was Lolita Turner from Vernon, BC.
Our first female.
Yeah, and
winner.
BC.
That was in November
Beautiful.
of 2019. And then John Zapsky
Nice.
Zapsky from Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Thunder Bay,
Bay, on December 2019, a year ago. That would have been a year ago, right? Yeah.
Get the heck out of it. Yeah, right. Andrea Colwell from Chilliwack, BC. Another BC on in January of 2020. Beautiful.
So we started the year out in BC this year. All right. Let's see how we ended up. Roger Selman from Dryden, Ontario. That motor is going to get well used.
Oh, yeah, I guarantee you. Roger be hitting the lakes up there. He's there. Oh, yeah. He's used that probably all summer, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, next one. Marshall Lenantine. I'm going to Lenantine. Sorry if I spit that wrong. Lenantine, Marshall.
Yeah, we went the other way on this one. We went all the way down to New Brunswick.
Yeah, that motor get used too, I'll guarantee you.
Woodstock.
They're all going to get used. I guarantee these people are going to love these motors. So
Doug Atkinson from Orillia, not far from us. There's Doug. He's got a big smile on his face. He was happy to win that 9.9 from Mercury.
Kidding. No kidding. Nice little Prince crap in the background there.
Yeah,
too,
I saw that.
Terry Snyder from Timmins, Ontario. Timmins. We did a show up there last year. Yep. Stephen Nizwicki and I went right up in that area.
Yeah,
shot beautiful in June of 2020.
And then we went all the way back out to BC. This time to Hominica Crescent, Houston, BC. Dave Smith, Houston, BC. Congratulations.
Then next one was John Yee from Edmonton, Alberta.
Nice.
Edmonton.
Nice, we're getting them spread out now.
Yeah, you see? Yeah, it was in July of 2020.
And Craig Gowing from Ottawa won the next one in August of 2020.
Congratulations went to Peter Romer. I sound like an announcer. Peter Romer from Gravenhurst, Ontario.
Come on down.
Congratulations, Peter.
We're going to do that in a minute.
Yeah, no kidding.
From Gravenhurst, Ontario.
Yep.
Nice. Natalie D'Asenzo.
Yeah, very good, buddy.
Richmond, Ontario. Natalie D'Asenzo didn't send a picture in.
Huh.
So she's probably on some sort of program hiding from the law or something.
Oh, why did you just say that? You see, now
I can say that.
Okay. And finally, the last winner that we had was Stephen Cron from Peace River, Alberta. Nice. Because I'll tell you what, they've been getting some cold weather a lot sooner than we did, buddy, this year. Oh my God, they've been getting hit hard. So
actually, those last two didn't have pictures because they're not in yet, but they're not on the program. I say things sometimes.
There you go.
So that's Michael cringing over there as I said that. I feel
Mike just left. You're on your own, boys.
So before we do that, because it is just about that time by the looks of it, isn't it? What are we doing? Yeah. But before we make we should make the draw, and then we'll tell folks what we're doing for next year. Or
hang on. I'm getting a notification here. Oh, the draw's at 7. We can't do it till 7. Legally, we can't do it till 7. By the way,
I wanted to make the last call down at the bar.
We can be back by 7.
All right, we can do that.
Or we can do the shoot down there and pack all this stuff up.
All right. What else we got on our thing? We did the regs.
We did just to let you know, Kevin Callan put a very odd. To me, it's an odd blog, but it's a great blog. He just put it on our site a week ago, maybe.
What is it?
That. It's winter camping.
Oh, he's a nut.
He is absolutely crazy for it. He says he loves it. And if you read it, he actually put a little video. He has a link to a YouTube video on there. And to see what these people, I mean, I'm sure. Okay. My buddy Mike Burris and I went bass fishing 2 days ago in Ontario. So when we're talking about Kevin Callan going in winter, is it that much difference than Mikey Burris and I? We drove to an area we needed calm water because it was so windy. The water temperature was 35.5 degrees for largemouth bass. We got our asses kicked, by the way. We didn't get any, but we broke ice for an hour with my boat just so we can open a spot up to fish. So I guess we're all loony in our own way, right?
Well,
and stuff like that.
No. You have to draw the line here. Kevin sleeps in it.
True.
On it. In it.
True.
All around them. True. In the dark. With no electricity. Okay? No electricity.
My Santa hat's off to him for sure.
He's a nut. I used to have him on the radio show, a couple of times every winter. And sometimes he'd be reporting from on his phone from wherever he was camping, and like the guy is an absolute maniac for this. He loves it.
Okay, so how much different is he than, let's say, the Beasley boys going for a 10-day mule pack trip into the mountains hunting to maybe get your game, get your elk, get your mountain goat, your sheep, your doll sheep, or whatever they're hunting for. They do that for days upon days, and then sometimes they come back and I'll talk to Keith and say, Pete, we didn't get one. We just didn't get the right animal. We didn't shoot it. They went in there for like almost 2 weeks in the bush, up and down mountains, doing it. Rain 5 days and decent 5 days and below zero 5 days, and all that stuff is it that much different than Kevin?
Yes.
No, Kevin's doing it for 2 days.
It doesn't matter. Okay. When you have a goal like the Beasleys do,
to try and attain,
they have a goal. They went out there for a purpose. I can understand all the hardships leading up to either achieving or missing that goal, but you have a purpose. You have a goal. Kevin doesn't have any goals. He just likes being out there sleeping in the snow.
Doesn't sleep in the snow.
That's got to be tough. You have no goal. Like you're not motivated by an end result.
Oh my God.
So
Okay,
you know, but I do agree. I mean,
we all have our little hard, even ice fishing.
How
Like
about you and I going out in the middle of blizzards and rain and sleet and going out for what? Because we enjoy it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, true enough. So, but anyways, it says he's on our. It's an interesting little read on our site. So I want to go see if we got some questions. Has anybody got any questions?
Hang on, let's just respond to Justin. That's a lovely message, and we appreciate seeing stuff like that, Justin. I got news for you though. I just wonder who's getting the best part of this, whether it's you or us, because we enjoy doing this stuff. And it's not the same as being out, pounding the waters for 6 months a year like we normally do, but it helps take the edge off of us because we get a chance to spend a little bit of time with you folks who also love doing what we do. So I think we're both benefiting from it, and thank you for being there and letting us enjoy your company as well. So.
Cool. Well said. Yeah, man. Anything else, Mikey? What do we got there before we got
Debbie is
15,
watching
20 minutes
from Northwest Saskatchewan. Wow. Northwest Saskatchewan. Northwest. Is that around where we last were in Saskatchewan, Athabasca?
I think it is because Athabasca is on the Alberta border, right?
Yeah. And Gail says, if I win, you will have to bring it to Bancroft and help me catch some pickerel.
Yeah, which is my favorite. I love it.
My husband and I are not good at fishing. That'll make 4 of us. We all get in that boat. I
got no bass last weekend, Gail. I got my ass kicked. Some professional fisherman I am.
Have you fished Lambell Lake before?
Lamable.
No. Well, thank you, Michael, for correcting me. Oh, Lamable.
That's right, too.
Right, I forgot.
No, never fished it before. Love that area. The Bancroft area is absolutely awesome. And let me tell you something right now. Was it Gail? That was her name, right? Gail?
Yep.
You're going to catch more fish with this rig. I'll tell you what. And if you win this rig and you have this baby with you, it's going to even help you more for catching that fish. So there you go.
What a perfect boat, motor, trailer, and sonar package. Then a little back lake, Bancroft area fishing.
Oh, it's
adventure.
Yeah.
Like it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like you could trailer that boat literally. I don't think there's a place where you cannot trailer that boat and launch it.
Absolutely, because they're not that heavy. But you get 2 people in it. You can put a 14-footer on a trailer into a lot of bodies of water. You'd be surprised with.
Hell, we put a 20-foot boat.
I remember taking the Prince Craft, that one shoot in Gravenhurst that I did, but one time I went with I think Scott or somebody from Cooper, and I had to hit the brakes to the boat go off the trailer. I go up like this. And then finally, boom! And then I had the boat in reverse, and then I had to slam it forward because I was going to run right up on the bank, run the motor up on the bank. So I mean, that's a 20-footer. So these 14s go in like anywhere.
My favorite memory of, under the category you shouldn't be putting a boat in there.
I know what you're talking about.
Martin River,
with Ruben. Was Ruben on that shoot? Yeah, Ruben was on that shoot.
Was he?
Yeah,
Barton
he took
River,
the pictures
where,
for us
where the
then.
lodge owner, Pete and I were shooting, I don't know, 3 or 4 days there. And after a couple of days on the main river, we said, okay, what else have we got? We really want to do some exploring and stuff. Oh, he says, I got a wonderful lake. Oh, you guys would absolutely love it. And I said, what do you mean we would absolutely love it? Why don't we go? Oh, he says, you can't put a boat in it. Can't put a boat in it. Well, how do you know it's a great lake? Oh, we'll put a canoe in there every once in a while. We'll paddle back to the back of it, and it's just loaded with big fish. Okay, well, point the way. No, you can't put a boat in there, he said. Don't you understand? We looked at each other. We'll put a boat in. If it's that good, as good as you're saying, we're going to put a boat in it. And so we did.
Oh, the summers. No wonder. No, I was going to say, nobody else would say that. He's such a beauty, isn't he? But yeah, you're right. That was a one wicked boat launch.
And we got
it was a hole. It was a divot in the water.
Yeah.
And then we had to lift the trolling motor up, and everything just sort of drift over top of the berm that was there. And then we got into the deeper water again.
That's crazy.
Because, wasn't that great of fishing either that day. It was shut right down, but we saw a lot of fish. There was some big ones in there. So
getting out was a thrill too.
Oh yeah, that's always once you're in, you say okay.
That was Uncle Jack from Radio World that was just on there. For those of you who don't know him, he is one of our good friends and a celebrity in his own mind.
Uncle Jack, by the way, Uncle Jack and Radio World made our Christmas wish list blog on there. Only in the sense that one of the suggestions that we said on there was gift cards. Instead of giving presents, if you don't know what the person loves in the fishing world or whatever, give gift cards. And Radio World was one of the cards on there.
Well, is there a better gift card that anybody could receive than a place that sells nothing but electronics?
Exactly.
Like, come on.
Exactly.
Come on. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah. So it was. That's if anybody's still doing some Christmas shopping, I know it's a little late and the malls are getting silly now, but take a look at on our website. We have a nice little Christmas wish list. That's not your normal wish list. I mean, these presents are all over the board for different prices, but I think they're real solid suggestions. There's guarantees somebody could use something on that list. And we even have some stocking stuffer ideas like, rust proofing in your tackle boxes.
There was one thing, we're going to get to Paul Lundy here in a minute, but there was one thing you did put on there that I was a little disappointed in.
You could have added, I told you,
I don't like to touch another man's junk, if you know what I mean. Okay.
All of a sudden you're saying that now?
I don't want to touch another man's junk. All right.
You turned over a new fig leaf, haven't you?
I draw a line somewhere. No. Did you have on there about getting a loved one in your family that is into fishing, a guided fishing trip?
Nope.
Not a long. I'm talking a half day or a day with a guide, either locally or say on Lake Simcoe or something.
There's your missing gift on there, folks. The one that I missed right there. Angelo's suggestion is right there.
It's perfect. Think about it. What angler would not kill to open up that envelope at Christmas time and see a certificate from
Angelo Viola?
Well,
fishing with Angelo Viola.
A steelhead guide or a smallmouth bass guide or even a charter.
Absolutely.
Even a charter on Lake Ontario. Great stuff to give. Great stuff to give. Don't forget that. And there's still plenty of time to do that.
That one's an easy one. It'd be an email to a fishing. Look it up, fishing guides, and send an email. They probably send you a certificate, whatever. Boom, you're done.
Paul Lundy says, thanks, guys, for all that you do. Have been watching for many years. Are you going to be filming more ice fishing shows? And have you ever considered or done some fly fishing shows? There's two things we don't do a lot of. Why is that?
Well, okay. Fly fishing, I just don't fly fish. I mean, I've tried it once in my life. I tried it.
You tried more than once.
I tried it once in my life.
We shot out in BC. Remember that?
Okay, that's my once. Give me another one.
We've done.
Give me another one.
You've never been on any of the pike stuff that I did?
No, sir. I like heavy duty stuff with no flies intended.
Oh, you're so one-dimensional.
Ooh.
You're so one-dimensional.
The rods as stiff as
you're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself of great experiences by being one-dimensional.
Okay, so at my age, I am still learning the stuff that I'm using now. And I'm going to add something else in there that I got to learn all again. I still learn every year. I suck it in. I absorb it in.
So in other words,
so no fly fishing shows for me. sir.
Gives
And
you-
ice fishing, we're going to be definitely putting some of these babies to use this year on the ice. So how's that? My side of it. How
That's
about you?
selfish. You're selfish and one-dimensional. That's
No, you're going to do the fly fishing.
doesn't matter who does it. Just that, we've got viewers who would like to see those.
Somebody smart and good at it, showing them how. Not some guy with a fly in his head and a line around his ass and just, hey everybody, how you doing? Pete Baldwin here. I thought chicken take an awful lot, but today I tried to do a little fly fishing for you.
Speaking of which, I don't know what the reason was, but I was going through some old footage last week, and it had to do with fly fishing. That's why I was looking at it, and it was Alf Walker.
Oh,
God rest his soul.
Yeah, Alf was awesome.
Oh,
he
my
was
God.
good. A master of the fly rod. So
He was one of our pro staff on the Fish Canada show for a number of years, back in the late 80s, early 90s. And that's all he did was fly fish. So those seasons we had Alf, on most of the episodes, because we would challenge him. So we'd go into an area with all of our heavy gear and our normal tactics, and we'd challenge him to try and catch a fish or outdo us with his fly rod. And I'll tell you, he did sometimes, not often,
Yeah.
but every once in a while he would blow minds with that thing.
I'll tell you one thing that I learned by watching fly fishing on television. And that's the one thing I learned was the people that brought it up into northern Ontario, northern Manitoba, northern Saskatchewan for northern pike. And I watched, and these guys were slaying giant pike. And I'm thinking, wow, what are they doing different? You know what they're doing different is that their baits are doing something totally different than ours. Our spoon is doing this. Our spinner is doing this. Their baits are going and stopping. And those big pike are just whoosh. So now we've all of a sudden, hey, suspending jerk baits. We can do that with our rods and reels out. Woo! You know what I mean? So I did learn something about fly fishermen by watching that on TV.
Plus, they have the advantage of having, in most cases, materials that when you have that pause, when you pause, it undulates.
Yeah.
Just like Mighty Mo.
Like Big Mo.
A Big Mo behind us. And that's huge. And it's something we've gotten away from over the last 3 or 4 decades of fishing. But hair and anything, Mylar. Why do you think Mylar works so well?
Yeah.
Because when it's still, it's breathing, right? And it looks real. So just something to take from the fly fisherman. Oscar S., thanks for the fun, inspiration, and education that you provide to anglers of all ages. From Kitchener. Big hand for Kitchener.
Thanks, Oscar. Thank
Yes.
you, buddy. Thank you so much. Hey, by the way, here's another one for you. Here's one. This is nothing to do, well, it is to do with fishing because it happened to me on the weekend, but it's nothing to do with fishing. But this is just a heads up for everybody. Go to a gas station, fill up the truck, right?
The Ram.
Yep, a Ram. Fill up a Ram, $61.07.
Just a little.
It was not bad at all. I had a quarter tank, right? Visa wouldn't tap. Oh, sometimes they don't tap, right? Okay, slide it in the machine there.
No problem.
Okay, sir, would you like a receipt? Sure, I'll take a receipt. Get the receipt and go to what? Look down at my receipt. Not 6701, 867.01 on my Visa. If I wouldn't have had that receipt, I'm sure I would have got the money back somehow, but I'd have been gone. I was out of town. It was like
you normally take a receipt and look at it.
Yeah, on a Visa, I take my receipts, but I don't know if I look at it every time. Yeah. And it was just laying there, but it was a real bold print on there. And I said, ma'am, I don't think I filled the box of my truck up with gas. I think it was just my tank I filled up. And she looked and goes, oh my God. So I don't think it was malicious. I really don't. She was very good about it. But I had to wait. They had to get the store owner in. They had to do a credit and it instantly took my money off my Visa. You know what I mean? Like it instantly went to them. But it took 2 days to get it, and I got it this morning. I got the refund of $800. So be careful. Look at your receipts every now and then, people. That's just as maybe a non-fishing lesson as a daily lesson, just to keep heads up. So
very good, because I don't look at mine. Now, mind you, I've got the Countess. Okay, the Countess looks at all my stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know.
She'll go back to that gas station and denut somebody. Look out, pal. You're in trouble.
Paul Rodrigo.
Rodrigue.
Yeah, I think so.
Rodrigue.
You guys have been great all year. All the live broadcasts have been entertaining and educational. Thanks, boys. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. Same to you, my friend.
Paul. Thank you, buddy. That's awesome.
It's gotten us through, just like I said before, as much as it's gotten you through these difficult times, it's helped us to look forward to things like this. and it takes a lot of people, a lot of work putting this together. It doesn't just come together in a day. So we spend a lot of time, and that's helped us get through. Like I said before, we haven't spent as many days in the field, but we feel like we've spent as many days working in the fishing business by doing these things. So.
And Wayne's going to give me some. Wayne's going to give me some fly fishing lessons. Wayne Moreau. He says, "Come out here. I'll teach you how to fly."
Perfect. Wayne's perfect guy for
Wayne,
that.
you better be patient, okay, buddy? Okay, because yeah, that's all I can say.
Maybe Wayne will be able to do it out of his new Princecraft boat motor trailer.
Look.
Angelo did a fly fishing episode. Thank you, Jamie Wildman. Floating for Gators. What a great episode that was, man. We're talking 19. I'm going to say. I know he'll correct me on it, but I'm going to say 1998.
98?
Yeah.
Not
99,
no.
99,
Okay.
98, towards the end of the 80s. If you know, let me know when it was.
You just said 98 towards the end of the 80s. You mean 88?
88,
right?
sorry.
Yeah.
88.
Yeah, that sounds more like it.
88, 89, somewhere in that area. What a great episode. That was my first time float fishing with a fly rod. And it happened to be for gigantic pike. Do you know where that was?
Was it Saskatchewan?
No.
Manitoba.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what lake?
Yes, I do.
Knee Lake.
Knee Lake.
Nice.
And I remember,
Nice.
like I said, it was my first time doing this. And the one thing that stayed with me was simply this, that we have no idea how a big fish fights until you get on a level playing field. In a float tube, you have nothing holding you back. So if it's a big fish like that episode had, giant northerns, it's not like you can put your feet down and hold yourself back. I'm in 20 feet of water.
True.
And I remember the cameramen who were in a boat had a hard time keeping up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they've got this boat and I got this pike doing,
Pulling you
zigging
around.
and zagging all around the lake. And had a hell of a time.
They were big pike, weren't they? They were monsters.
They were like
Knee Lake monsters.
15 to 18 pound fish.
Yeah.
The odd 20 thrown in there.
Yeah.
But man, what a great.
So a float, in case anybody doesn't know what a float tube is basically a tire tube or whatever that you sit in. It's got a little brace in there, right? A little pocket that you sit and put your legs through, and you have flippers on your feet. You're just sitting in a tube out there while you're fighting these giant monster gators. So that's.
By the way,
awesome.
Angela wants me to say her name, so I'm going to say her name. Angela Pelletier. There you go, Angela. There you go. See, you ask and you get. I mean, it didn't get any better than that. That's how we work here on Fishing Canada. You ask and you receive. Now, don't ask for that Princecraft Yukon boat motor and trailer package, because if you do win it, then people are going to say that you and I are buddies.
Yeah, you know Angela.
Okay,
Angelo.
so let's not get into any of that stuff. All right.
That's funny.
Oh.
Anything else? We got one more or two more questions, Mike. Has anybody got a fishing oriented question that we can answer? Or we can try and answer just before our last one of the year, maybe, right?
Maybe.
This will be the last one.
Maybe.
You can do another one soon?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
If they show love, if we get love back, Pete and Angelo, with all the knowledge you both have, what is the weirdest bait you have tried or caught something on?
Ooh.
I caught a nice sized pike with bacon once. I believe that. Bacon is, I've heard bacon being used on several occasions. It's perfect. Bacon is, for any of you old time bass fishermen, pork rind for flipping, that was the original bait.
Yeah.
It was, right?
Pig belly. Yeah.
Pig belly.
Whatever it is.
It's pork. It's pork when you scrape it real thin like bacon, it has this great ability.
And it lasts all day long. Like weeks, if you kept it wet, but last year weeks, a whole tournament or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I'll tell you a really, really odd one that Ange and I did, not in Canada. We used dead full piranha. Oh, yeah. Of the great big giant hook for Amazon catfish. Yeah, that's pretty weird, I'd say, in that sense of exotically odd. So we go fishing for piranha first, and then we catch the piranha, and then go fishing for catfish with the piranha, believe it or not, down in the Amazon. That was probably one of the craziest
things we used it for payara too, right?
Yeah, whatever would bite. There was all kinds of things that bit it, but mostly the big cats and all that, right? So,
by the way, those of you who watch this regularly, this is not my normal MO here, right? I normally just go with the original cup from the coffee shop, but our good friends at Pelican sent us a Christmas gift. See?
Ho, ho, ho. Thank you, folks.
Pelican, and they're wonderful.
They
Absolutely
do work
wonderful,
well. I'll tell you what, they do work well.
All right. How long have you two known each other, and have you fished along together before the show? I know we've probably told the story, but we'll tell it again. This is our Christmas show, so we'll recall. So Peter and I met, I'm going to say originally met, as far as being able to recognize the person that's saying hello, I'm going to say in the very early 80s.
That's when I was homeless, begging on that street corner, right?
Yeah, coughing. And
Sir, can you give me a couple of dollars?
And so I took him in, and the rest is history. So we fished tournaments against each other for a number of years, and that's where we never really spoke, but we saw each other, hello and how are you type of thing. And it wasn't until I'm going to say 1985, maybe.
Yeah, ish. I'm going to say
Tri-Lakes tournament. It was a pro bass tournament on Tri-Lakes, and we had just come off the water on day one, and we were putting our boat on the trailer, and Pete, and when I say our, I mean my partner Reno, my brother, tournament partner Reno, and I, we had just come off the lake. We had a so-so day, and Pete and Mike were just hooking their boat up to their trailer, and I don't remember who said what to who, but somehow we ended up sitting on a rickety old rotted out picnic table at the side of the launch after we had pulled our rigs out and having a beer.
Drinking beers.
Having a beer.
Absolutely.
And that's where we first met, like officially met. And we had a great chat and encouraged each other's team for the next day. And it was just a magic moment, not only with Pete, but his partner that he alludes to quite often here on the show, Mike Burris. Mikey's the most likable human being on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
The most likable human being on the planet. Yeah. And so it was, I hate to use this term, but it was like love at first sight. We just boom, bonded immediately. And I think that same year or the following year, we invited Pete on to do one of the episodes. I think it was a Steelhead episode, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I thought the very first one I did was Bay of Quinte, Pete Pollock on the Bay of Quinte for walleye.
Was
I
it?
think. I'm pretty sure, because I was so damn nervous when they said that. I said, guys, because I told them about the pattern I had. I said, Ange Reno, you guys got to come out and try this. So you got to check this out. It is insane. It's nuts and all that. Why don't you do it? Why would I want to do it? I'm an electrician. I don't do that kind of stuff. You got to do it. Come on, you got to do it. So they convinced me, and I said, I'm not doing it by myself. And I think it was Pete Pollock and I'm pretty sure that was my first shoot, because I was just like a ball of nerves. I said, no, I can't. So
I remember our most memorable shoot early in our early careers.
We've had a lot of them.
Well, this one was like magic.
Ontario?
No.
Early in our careers.
BC.
Oh, with
we
Phil Morlock?
Yeah, Phil was there, but we worked with Pete Maychuk.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Pete the Meat.
Yeah. And that was the time that I fought a fish. We were fishing for
That's
halibut.
Right. That's right.
And I'm sitting there, and I got these stupid mooching. Sorry, and I'm going to say this again. I don't like those mooching, especially for that. This mooching rod for a big fish like that.
That was funny.
And it was a single action reel back in the day. And I'm pulling it up, and I says, guys, I got something here, but it's not a fish. And then these guys, no, it's a halibut. Halibut don't fight. Halibut feels like a piece of plywood. You put the eye bolt in the middle of a piece of plywood, and you're just pulling that thing up. I says, well, that's what it feels like. That's for sure. Is it pulling it all? No, it's up, and then it goes down. Up, like a little bit more, and it goes down. And up, and I don't know, how long was that? Like 10 minutes, 15, whatever it was. 10, it was ridiculous. And I'm arguing with these guys the whole time. We get it up. It's a friggin' rock. It was a chunk of the ocean bottom. And I says, I told you. And they just laughed their asses off at me. I wasted so much time in my life fighting that rock. But that was a good shoot. We had fun.
So we spent, I think, maybe 5 years. Pete would come on some of the shoots, work part-time with us. And then he decided, or we, I guess, collectively decided that we should make it a full-time initiative for him. And we've been together ever since. I think that was like 20.
Oh, that's a long
28 years now.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, I've probably spent more time with Peter Bowman than I have with my wife. Because something that you may or may not be aware of, Peter and I, during this 28 years, we also did a 9-year stint of another program called the Outdoor Journal that took us all over the world. I mean, we circumvented the world, I think, 4 times in the shooting of the series. And we were doing that at the same time that we were shooting Fish in Canada. So we'd literally, fly back from Brazil and go to the Northwest Territories and do a Fish in Canada episode, and then come back and fly to Malaysia, do an Outdoor Journal episode, come back and do a Fish in Canada episode. And it was just insane.
It was crazy. It was nuts.
So yeah, we spent a lot of time together. It's been a great run.
Yeah, it has for sure. Okay, before we get to the draw, we'll get to any more last questions, or because now we can do the draw, can we not? Or Trophy Be a Quinny Wall.
Hey, wait, we got a Princecraft question here. Hey, Pete and Ange, since Princecraft told me, where is it? Still haven't got my shirts.
Any shirts?
Oh, they sent me a hat to go with my boat.
I bet you he's saying then send me it. Maybe
they send me a hat.
Okay.
To go with my boat, hoping sometime to be able to get a Fish in Canada. Oh, I knew he was mooching something. I knew he was trying to double down on
boy,
that.
Bill, why not try it? You got to ask. What the hell?
By the way, I just want you guys to know I took the heat on that. I took one for the team. If you guys remember, one night just out of the blue when we started doing these webcasts, I said, "Hey." I think I was wearing one of their shirts.
You were.
Princecraft
and everybody
shirt.
liked it.
And somebody, it might have even been Calvin, said, "Hey, how can I get one of those nice Princecraft shirts?" And I innocently said, "Well, here's what you do. You call up JP at Princecraft and tell him that you want one of these beautiful Princecraft shirts." Not thinking anything of it. But I think 2 days later, I got a call from JP.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, "That's it. Cut it out. Stop. No more. Stop. I'm out of shirts." So anyway, that's what happened on that one.
Oh, God.
All right, Mr. Bowman, I think it's time.
You figure?
I think everybody think it's time. Put up your hands if you think it's time.
I got to prep my computer here. Hang on here. Set. Okay.
So before you...
I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to set up. You keep talking.
So before you draw... somebody says, "I love the theme song. I'd stop whatever I was doing when I heard it." People say it all the time. That song, by the way, I think I've mentioned this before. At one point, it was the second longest running Canadian produced theme song on Canadian television, next to Hockey Night in Canada. And then, as you recall, Hockey Night in Canada, CBC got rid of Hockey Night in Canada, TSN picked it up. So Fish in Canada at that point became the longest running TV series theme song, period. And it was written by a gentleman by the name of Brian Gatto. He's a local Oshawa boy. And he went on to become the pianist for Anne Murray.
What's your language?
Pianist.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Pianist. For Anne Murray, and went traveling all over the world playing piano for Anne Murray. So there's a neat connection. But he's the guy who wrote, produced, he played the instruments, and he produced the Fish in Canada theme song, which is an iconic piece of music. So while Pete is setting things up there, I just want to remind everybody that what's going to happen here in a few minutes, we're going to call out the lucky winner's name. If that person is in fact on with us here live on the webcast, you need to immediately tell us. You need to identify yourself to Jordan or Michael, and they will then send you a special code that will give you access to this webcast. And you'll get an opportunity to come on the show live, and we will present you the boat motor trailer. And if you are that lucky person, of course, and you were watching and you are on the show live, that means you also get a beautiful Garmin sonar unit to put on that boat. So it's a win-win-win-win-win. If you're not watching us live, shame on you, but that's okay. You still win. We're not going to take it away from you, although we should. But we're not going to take it away from you. But what will happen is that this sonar unit by Garmin, the Striker Plus 4 ice bundle, will then be in a contest on its own. And we'll also introduce at the end of this the real big goodie from Garmin that we're going to put on the contest as well. So a lot of good things happening here shortly. As soon as we make a connection with the winner. Did I pretty much cover that, boys? Is there anything I forgot? No, I'm good. Mr. Bowman, if you would do the honors, Mr. Music.
Drum roll anytime.
Oh, but
It's rolling. It's rolling. And we get a drum roll. And boom. There it is. Hang on.
all right.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
How exciting is this? Hold it. How many people think they won? How many of you out there right now feel like winners?
Oh, God, that is awesome. Okay. Ready? I was nervous pushing the button here. Honestly.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. First name, Larry. Last name, Solakis. Larry Solakis.
From?
That I have to figure out how to do that again. I have to get the zip code here. Hang on.
Maybe we got somebody working on that as we speak.
I can do this.
All right. So, Larry, if we just Scarborough, Sarah just told us Scarborough, Ontario, nice and close. Yes, congratulations, Larry.
Congratulations, buddy.
Woo! If you are with us right now, Larry, you need to immediately identify yourself by writing a quick little message and saying, "This is me," in which case we will then reach out to you and hook you up so that you can actually come on live with us. While we're waiting to do all that, I know there's a lot of disappointed people out there, but don't be. Believe me.
Look at these people. Congrats, Larry. Congrats, Larry. Everybody's being like really nice, really cordial about it.
This is just the beginning, my friends. I promise you. This is just the beginning. Attaboy, Tim. I love you, Tim. He says, "Listen, you guys makes me a winner." Well, that's mutual, buddy. Mutual, man.
For sure. Look at everybody congratulating. That's awesome. That is awesome. It's nice to see that everybody's happy for Larry.
So,
he's going to have a great
oh
prize
my
package,
God.
man.
Oh my God. And the best
Good
part
for
is
you,
we'll
Larry.
probably get to see him or something along the way because he's so close.
Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't
Right?
it?
Oh.
You know what? The worst thing is going to be the pandemic's going to stop us from seeing him.
Well, yeah. True,
But that's okay,
true,
Larry. You're going to
true.
get one hell of a prize. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's just I hope he's here with us, but it doesn't look like it because if I'd have been Larry and I'd have been watching, I'd be all over this right now. All you'd see
Okay,
is-
because you know what? If Larry's not here,
that means that's good for the rest of us.
It's going to be another drop of that sucker.
In fact, that's going to start tomorrow, I believe. Tomorrow afternoon. Keep an eye out. This will be up for grabs, as will.
If this doesn't go.
Oh, right.
The big boy.
The big boys.
Which we will bring in a minute here. But it is.
We're going to need a couple of crew to bring that in. I mean,
You're
look
going to need somebody to carry it out in the ice with you when you go out. Oh, man.
Wow, that's
awesome.
exciting, man. I have been sitting.
How much time are we going to give Larry for the Garmin here? So we got to.
Oh, I would say another 5 minutes and he's toast.
Okay, so
if
at
he-
7:15, I got 7:10 on my computer.
Yeah, I got 7:10. At 7:15, this baby is going up for grabs. So
Wait a second. Somebody said Larry isn't even a real. Where did I see that?
where?
Larry isn't even a real person.
Yeah, that's one of those. Where is that? Let me scream out his
Wait.
name.
It's all scrolling so fast.
Let me scream out
Right
his
there,
name.
Zach Seguin. Larry isn't even a real person.
Where is he? Where's Zach? I want to talk to Zach. Where is he? Show him to me. Did you see him?
I see it. I scrolled up.
You know, he's up.
He looks like he's holding a big old walleye or something
I don't-
in this little picture.
Can we put that comment up, Mike? Would you mind? Oh, Larry isn't even a real person. Zach, with all due respect, I don't think you're a real person. I think you're a moron. Now get off my airwaves. I haven't got time for you. Good God. What is the matter with people?
Maybe he made up that Larry's name and put it in.
Yeah, maybe it's Larry. I don't know. Anyways, Please do us all a favor. If you've got nothing but so you didn't win. So what? Oh my God, you didn't win. That's terrible. I feel terrible for you.
Zach is a bot. What's Zach is a bot?
Yeah, he's a bot, all right.
That's somebody else. No, they're saying. What was Larry's last name?
No, Zach or Larry?
No, what was Larry's last name?
Larry, the winner. Who's got
What's his
Larry?
last name, guys? Oh, hang on. Solakis. So he said sack is about. I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
We're looking at these.
Anyways,
We got to stay away from the comments now.
yeah, because it's just terrible. So, anyways.
Somebody said, "Damn!" They're saying that about your comment.
So, congratulations, Larry, and you are about 3 minutes away from losing this beautiful Garmin unit to put on. Oh, yes, I love you guys. Zach now is a friend of mine, apparently. Oh,
it's okay, Zach. It's all right, buddy.
Anyways.
We got more draws coming up.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So while we're waiting for this, have we got any fishing?
Okay, so now while we're waiting,
I was going to say do that.
I can grab it up.
All right,
so we want to have our Vanna White push in. Let's push this over to the side.
Hang on. Don't ruin my candles.
Yours?
There.
I didn't know they existed until today. Wait, whoa. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my God! Look at the size of it. Holy mackerel!
So we should bring it back a little bit closer to us. Maybe I'll adjust a little bit here. Just a nice shot though, George. That's a good. This thing is so I need to be a weightlifter. How's that?
There you go. We got a glaring light, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm sure nobody will complain about a glaring light on that beautiful piece of equipment.
So this will be our next draw, as Angelo stated. There we go. Probably have a nicer picture of it now. Watch once he goes back. There we go. Okay, you see that Panoptix Live Scope Ice Bundle. Okay, now this, I'm telling you, obviously our Princecraft boat motor trailer with Mercury was one awesome prize. But I'll tell you what, right next to that, this Garmin setup, whoever wins this will be the envy of everybody on that ice. Everybody will be coming over to your ice fishing hole. If you're out, you're hot. If they know you're using Live Scope out there, you're gonna be the envy on the lake. I'll tell you, because this stuff is the most incredible technology that Ange and I have ever used.
Unbelievable.
By absolute far. And to be able to use it not only in open water, but on the ice, okay, that makes it that much more versatile. So what this kit includes, and we're going to do an unboxing. We'll show you that. We're going to do an unboxing this week, and then we'll have a little video that you can really look at to get a lowdown on what you're going to win. There's 3 boxes in the box. First one has basically your pole. So it's got a little setup where you just set the pole up with a curved handle, put your transducer on it, you drop it down the hole, and you can turn this baby around at any angle you want. The reason for that is because Panoptix.
People are saying your mic's not working.
Oh.
Michael?
Hello? Check. You hear me, Mike? Everybody hear me? Check. 1, 2. Check. 1, 2.
You're not on.
Pete, turn your mic up.
I want it off. Turn his mic off.
Can anybody else hear me? Give me a comment in there. Anybody else here? Mic is fine. So I think maybe one.
No, there was a bunch of people.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I personally liked it. I enjoyed it.
Okay. I can do sign language. Garmin. Awesome. Great stuff. Okay. So I'll go. I'll start again. Panoptix Live Scope Ice Bundle. You will be the envy on the ice with this kit out there. Let me tell you, it is that advanced. Okay. Like I said before, if you didn't hear me, it works great in open water. It works equally as well under the ice. You have a pole mount that's included here that you drop into the hole with your transducer on it. Panoptix works like this. I'm shooting a signal from under my butt here to your camera. That's the way it looks, like that, in a span like that. For the live view forward, you can turn it to live view down, and you can turn it sideways, and it gives you a big scope around like that. Perspective view. It's crazy. Yeah. So
crazy.
So you get that. You get an EchoMac 93 SV, 9-inch touchscreen unit with quick keys on it, zoom keys on it. Okay, those zoom keys are important because when you have gloves on, you may not want to be able to do the touchscreen and all that kind of stuff. Very helpful. It's got the Live Scope meat and potatoes, the brain in there too, and it's all in the package. So this is an incredible price. That's all I can say. This is and of course you see the map on the front. It's got a GPS with mapping, with quick draw. You got your card slot in it for either running new maps in it, recording screens.
Two slots in it.
No, there's one I think in this one.
One in this one?
I think in the 9 is a 1 slotter. Okay. I think. But
anyways, regardless, it is the deal. And if you win this, or if you go to Radio World and buy one of these,
I looked the price up yesterday.
Oh, how much?
Before tax, over $3,900 before tax. Okay, that's like what, $4,500 probably taxes in for this unit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Regardless, if you win this or you go buy one, you will be the envy of all of your fishing buddies.
No doubt about it.
You will be the star. There is no doubt. This thing is so impressive. I just can't say enough.
Let me tell you a little something about when you're ice fishing with something like this, because ice fishing is a nice close knit community at times, right? Let's say you have 4 or 5 buddies. You can watch your buddy catching fish. If he's over there 15, 20 feet away, you turn your scope that way. You can literally watch his jig. You can watch the fish come over and say, "You got one," and he sets the hook. And you watch it like you watch. It's like a little television show. That's how good this stuff is. Now, honest to God, I mean, you might be doubting me. Anybody who's used live scope is not doubting me. Anybody that's not tried it yet, it's that cool. So It's so much fun to fish with.
It's a game changer. It's revolutionary, and somebody is going to walk away with this unit. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jordan left the room, but I think the draw is March.
Yeah, I think it was going to be a 3-month draw. Yeah.
It's March 15th, I
something
believe.
like that.
Is
Yeah.
the draw.
Don't quote us 100% on that, but it's close.
Same thing will apply. By the way, I'm having as we speak, I want to find out how many ballots Larry had in the box. So hopefully they'll have that information before we go off the air.
Yeah.
I'm curious because I have a feeling.
Hey, see that? All right, Larry's a no-show. He is. He's right. 15 has gone past.
Okay, so Larry was a no-show, so that means the Striker Plus will be going up as of tomorrow.
We'll do that a 1-month draw. How's that? We'll get that because that way, the end of January, somewhere in that area, that way you can get the unit and you can get out the ice this year and use it this year, which would be awesome.
Done.
You know what I mean?
How big is the screen? Outdoorsy Gal wants
9-inch
to know.
on this right here.
On this baby, and that is huge. But that is
nice.
massive.
It's as big. It's the biggest screen you can get for an ice fishing / portable kit. They have it in a bag. It's all nice and neat. So a 10-inch unit is too big for it. The 9 is 7, made for 7s and 9s is what it is with the large kit. So the extra large kit they call it. So it's a beautiful screen. You can, I mean, and of course, if you want, you don't need to, but if you wanted, you can add a traditional ice fishing transducer in there too. I don't know why you would, but I guess for deep water stuff, you might want to do that and run your flasher screen on this. But you'd have to buy that because it's not included in this. You don't really need it. Get used to using this with live scope, and when you're onto that, it's game over. It's so good. So.
Anyways, you will be the envy. So make sure that you go into the contest every day. Every 24 hours, you're going to be allowed another ballot in the box, just like the boat motor trailer. And I'm going to bet when I find out how many ballots Larry had invested, I'll bet you. By the way, the highest ballot count was from a gentleman from Winnipeg. He had 2,150 ballots in the box.
Nice.
2,100 ballots in the box.
Wow.
So do the math. He was on that site. Not only was he putting ballots in every day, but he took advantage of all of the bonus ballots because throughout the course of the event, the contest, we were giving out bonus ballots, which we do on a regular basis.
2126.
Mike's got
2126.
arthritis in his fingers over there. He's got it. Just pull them, snap them, Mike. You can't. There you go.
Oh, don't do that. Why does he do that?
I'm just kidding. He wanted me to tell people to write in, type in. What are you doing, Mike? No, none of the above. You could. Oh.
I'm messaging you.
Oh, you're messaging me.
So we don't broadcast.
Oh, okay. Why not, Mike? Let's do that. All right.
Okay. And hang on.
That's interesting.
That's good.
That's good. I'm not going to let them know what you just told me until later. But that is very interesting. Something flashing news. I can't share with you this very moment, but I guarantee you, we'll
reveal it at some time,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Maybe in the next when we do do a next live or something like that. That's interesting.
Okay, so starting tomorrow, you'll get all the information. Jordan will be sending out to all of you like he has been. I hope he's not annoying you, by the way. I keep telling him to stop annoying people, but he thinks that
He's doing it to me. I get all the same emails everybody else gets.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, they get them. They say, okay, don't
The
forget
thing
your
is,
draw.
if he doesn't do that, then we forget.
That's right.
So anyways, okay, let's take a couple of more questions, and then I think we're going to adios. We will be doing, as a bare minimum, just so that you know, every month we will be doing these draws live moving forward. So we wanted to do this one to see if we could get the system working. I think everything went relatively well. So I'm going to assume, gentlemen, you're nodding. Yes. So I'm going to assume that when we give away these 2 Garmin units, we will be doing it live here on the webcast as well. We're endeavoring to make this into a podcast at some point, I understand, which is also great.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So in the meantime, once a month for now, but that might step up.
We took a picture of the screen just so that I proved that Larry Salakis won this, in case somebody says whatever. You know what I mean? I want to have
Look
proof.
at you, eh?
Because oh, sorry.
You've had to cover your butt a few times.
Oh my God! Now I mean, you're as good looking as me, and you're walking around the face of this earth. It's nothing but turmoil.
I know.
You know?
I had to travel with you all over the world,
and you've seen what happened.
I saw what used to happen.
Those
with
apes and tapirs and all those animals come after me because I'm such a handsome package.
Derek, what is your number 1 lure to use? Well,
that's from age 10. That's an age 10 person.
I know. But,
Tristan, age 10.
What do you like fishing for?
Tristan. I'm going to say a plastic crayfish or a plastic soft stick bait, because I can catch largemouth and smallmouth bass on those, and those are my 2 favorite species. So that's my favorite way, and I like to do that. It used to be a jig, but I've changed it now.
I'm going to say a top water bait, a hard bait that's on the surface of the water, and it will attract fish. Don't let it fool you that it's fish just on the surface. It attracts fish from 40 feet down, as long as they can see it and hear it.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Me,
40 feet down.
For me, a top water bait would be my favorite.
I saw one earlier there. What's our favorite fish to eat? I'm going to say walleye perch combination between there too. I like them both so close.
Throwing a bit of pike in there, and I think you got me with you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Pike, the odd little fillet of pike.
Yeah, I agree. If I only pick one, I take walleye, just because it's more convenient. One fish would feed me versus 5 or 6 perch or something like that to clean them and all that. The whole idea of catching them and all that stuff.
That's because we live here. But let me tell you, if I had my druthers, I'd rather go and get a 6-pound striper and eat that baby. 5
really?
6-pound striper. Oh, I love striper.
See, I've never tried striper in a comparative mode. I'd have to have it done the same way.
God.
And
I love stripers.
It is good. I have to say, it is good.
Chilean sea bass, $45 a kilo. That's what I pay for Chilean. I pay that at the fishmonger's place, and then you go down to New Brunswick and you catch them at will, and like you can have
catch 100 in a day.
Exactly.
You only keep 2 though, but that's okay.
That's fine.
Any more before we cut out? Anything else?
Oh, George Cassidy wants to know, Andrew, you giving up on Mighty Mo? I will never give up on Mighty Mo.
Let me get this guy down here. You keep talking about Mo.
I will never give up on Mighty Mo.
Am I caught up here?
It's been a labor of love now for, this will be year 9 since we introduced it originally.
Be careful here.
We're taking it. Listen, we'll get it right. We're not going anywhere. We'll be around for a while.
How's that for a Mighty Mo? They're friggin' muskrat right there.
It's a giant version of it, but Mighty Mo is temporarily on the shelf. Obviously, COVID isn't helping that situation because manufacturing of this thing is offshore, so that's kind of all but shut down right now. So we'll keep working on it. It's a tremendous lure, and I dream one day to be able to share it with all of you and read your comments and get your letters and say, yes, it's done. And it'll happen. It will happen.
Until then,
you can just...
We're going to have Big Mo just sleeping around here in the wood pile somewhere. By the way, these hooks
works
are
great
ridiculous.
too for big carp. All right.
We done?
I think we're done for the evening. Want to thank everybody for making this a wonderful event, especially the tech boys, Jordan and Michael behind the, and Sarah. And Nick
Sure.
pitched
Nick
in, the
helped
whole
a bit.
crew.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
The boys grunted when you said Nick pitched in.
Thank you very much.
And thanks everybody for joining us through these, obviously in this pandemic is what started our webcast, our live Ange and Pete's thing. And thank you so much for joining in with us. We've had a lot of fun doing this and the great comments that come out. I mean, you get the odd bad one, but most of the comments are fantastic. So thank you so much for sitting in with us and bearing with us too.
And
so,
Zach has redeemed himself.
Zach and Andrew buddies again too.
Oh,
you
yeah.
see? So Zach, he just wanted to push. He just wanted to see how far Ange could be pushed, and he got back real quick. So
our best wishes to Calvin, who is convalescing with some kidney stone issues. Hopefully he will be better the next time we get together. Wish you all the best, brother. And for those of you, have yourself a wonderful Christmas. We will not be talking to you directly before that goes by. So I personally want to wish a very Merry Christmas to all of you and your families. I know
Absolutely.
Pete echoes the sentiment.
Yep.
And the boys are saying the same thing on the screen. So Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you. Be safe. We'll see you on the other side of this mess. Bring on 2021. It's bound to be better. Let's put it that way. Take care, everybody.
Merry Christmas. What a fantastic fishery. You gotta come. You do.
That is a walleye from Picton, man. Oh,
It's a giant.
yes. There's nothing more exciting than coming to a place and catching walleye that are over 12 pounds. Oh. Yeah, baby.
That's a big walleye. That's what you get here, folks. That's what you get here.